Try and guess body organs. There will be 3 levels with 10 questions each: easy, medium, and hard. Let's begin. This organ works non-stop, pumping oxygen-rich blood throughout your body. It beats about 100,000 times per day. Which organ is it? The heart. Did you know? A healthy heart is about the size of your fist. And during a lifetime, it pumps enough blood to fill more than 3 Olympic-sized swimming pools. These 2 bean-shaped organs filter waste from your blood and help balance fluids in your body. What are they? The kidneys. Your kidneys filter about 50 gallons of blood every single day. That's enough to fill a bathtub. This organ controls everything you do: your thoughts, emotions, movements, and even your breathing. It sends messages at lightning speed. Which organ is it? The brain. Your brain generates enough electricity to power a light bulb. In fact, it's more active when you're asleep than when you're awake. You have 2 of these sponge-like organs, and they help you breathe by taking in oxygen and removing carbon dioxide. What are they? The lungs. Your lungs contain over 300 million tiny air sacs called alveoli. If spread out flat, they would cover an entire tennis court. This organ helps break down food using acid and enzymes before sending nutrients into the body. What is it? The stomach. Your stomach acid is so strong that it can dissolve metal. But don't worry, your stomach lining regenerates every few days to protect itself. This organ is the body's detox center. It cleans your blood, helps digest food, and can even regenerate itself. Which organ is it? The liver. The liver is the only organ that can fully regenerate. Even if 75% of it is removed, it can grow back to its original size. This is the largest organ in your body and acts as a protective shield against germs. What is it? The skin. Your skin constantly renews itself. In fact, you shed about 9 pounds of dead skin every year. These organs are responsible for absorbing nutrients and water from food, and they play a major role in digestion. What are they? The intestines. The small intestine is about 20 feet long, longer than a giraffe's neck. Meanwhile, the large intestine is only around 5 feet long but much wider. This organ stores urine before it's released from the body. What is it? The bladder. Your bladder can expand to hold about 2 cups of liquid, but it sends signals to your brain when it's only half full. This muscular tube carries food from your mouth to your stomach when you swallow. What is it? The esophagus. The esophagus moves food down to your stomach using wave-like muscle movements called peristalsis, even if you're upside down. This organ helps fight infections and recycles old blood cells. What is it? The spleen. You can live without your spleen. but it plays a big role in your immune system by filtering blood and fighting infections. This small organ stores bile, a fluid that helps digest fats. What is it? The gallbladder. Even though the gallbladder helps digest fat, people can live without it. The liver takes over its job. This organ helps control blood sugar levels by producing insulin. What is it? The pancreas. The pancreas produces enzymes that break down food and hormones that regulate blood sugar. It's both a digestive and endocrine organ. This butterfly-shaped gland in your neck controls your metabolism. What is it? The thyroid. The thyroid produces hormones that affect every cell in your body, helping control weight, energy, and mood. These small glands sit on top of your kidneys and produce hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. What are they? The adrenal glands. When you're stressed, your adrenal glands release cortisol and adrenaline, giving you a burst of energy. Known as the master gland, this tiny organ in the brain controls growth, hormones, and other glands. What is it? The pituitary gland. Even though it's only the size of a pea, the pituitary gland helps control growth, puberty, and even your mood. This brain region regulates body temperature, hunger, and sleep. What is it? The hypothalamus. The hypothalamus acts like a thermostat for your body, telling it when to sweat, shiver, eat, or sleep. This small, finger-shaped organ is attached to the large intestine and was once thought to be useless. What is it? The appendix. The appendix actually helps with gut bacteria and immunity, so maybe it's not so useless after all. This organ, located behind your sternum, helps develop immune cells when you're young. What is it? The thymus. The thymus is most active in childhood, helping develop the immune system. As you age, it shrinks. Also known as the voice box, this organ helps you talk, breathe, and even prevents food from entering your windpipe. What is it? The larynx. Your larynx houses your vocal cords, which vibrate to create sound. The tighter they stretch, the higher your voice. These tiny glands, located behind the thyroid, help regulate calcium levels in your blood. What are they called? The parathyroid glands. Even though they're as small as a grain of rice, the parathyroid glands control calcium levels, which are crucial for muscles, nerves, and bones. This part of the inner ear helps you maintain balance and coordination. What is it? The vestibular system. Your vestibular system contains tiny fluid-filled canals that detect motion. Without them, you'd feel dizzy all the time. This tiny gland in your brain controls sleep by producing melatonin. What is it? The pineal gland. The pineal gland is often called the third eye because it helps regulate sleep and reacts to light and darkness. Once thought to be separate tissues, this organ holds your intestines in place. What is it? The mesentery. The mesentery was only recently classified as an organ in 2016. It helps transport blood and lymphatic fluid to your intestines. This small tube connects the middle ear to the back of the throat and helps balance ear pressure. What is it called? The eustachian tube. Ever feel your ears pop on an airplane? That's your eustachian tube, equalizing the pressure between your middle ear and the outside world. These small, bean-shaped organs help fight infections by filtering harmful substances. What are they? Lymph nodes. Your body has hundreds of lymph nodes, and they swell when fighting off infections. This thin tube carries urine from the kidneys to the bladder. What is it called? The ureter. You have two ureters, one from each kidney, and they work with gravity and muscle contractions to move urine. This transparent, dome-shaped part of the eye helps focus light. What is it? The cornea. The cornea is so strong that it helps protect your eye from dust and germs, and it's one of the only parts of the body that doesn't need blood. These airway tubes carry air from the trachea into the lungs. What are they called? The bronchi. The bronchi split into smaller branches inside your lungs, like an upside-down tree, delivering air to millions of tiny air sacs. This soft, spongy tissue inside your bones produces red blood cells, white blood cells, and platelets. What is it called? Bone marrow. Your bone marrow produces over 200 billion new blood cells every day, making it one of the most important organs for keeping you alive.